like this road. And there's a lot of Palestinian villages like the one on the left, which is called Hizma. Now Hizma is not Area C, it's Area B. In Area B, the Palestinian Authority can manage the civilian affairs of the villagers, including the issuing of building permits. But when Israel defined the line around these villages, it drew a line around the existing built-up areas of the village, which meant there was little or no place to build in the village anymore. Now, if a Palestinian wants to build a new house in Area C, they have to ask the Israeli government for a permit. And that's 60% of the West Bank. Permits are routinely denied by the Israeli government. It's almost impossible for an Arab to get a building permit in Area C. However, the land in Area C is owned by the Palestinians. And traditionally in villages like this, like the land we're driving on, this road is probably built through land owned by somebody who lives in Hizma. And that's not so uncommon. Even in America and Europe, the government will use eminent domain and take some land with some compensation given to build a new road. Here, no compensation is usually given. But when people in the village want to build a house, they often will just build on their own land. A kid gets married, your son gets married. It's traditional, you build him a house, or you help him build a house on family-owned land. So, along the edge of the village here, most of the houses at the edge of the village are built across the line in Area C, and they're all illegal. And they all have demolition orders outstanding on them. And the demolition orders are implemented very strategically. So almost every week there's demolitions going on of Palestinian homes somewhere in the West Bank or in East Jerusalem. In East Jerusalem, the situation is pretty much the same. It's very, very hard for Palestinians who live in Jerusalem to get building permits. In the meanwhile, the government facilitates new Jewish communities, settlements, and so on, for the benefit of Jews. And so Palestinians have their houses destroyed fairly regularly since 1967. There's probably been about 25,000 homes destroyed in the West Bank and East Jerusalem and Gaza, displacing hundreds of thousands of people.
Can we see that?
Can you see what?
The demolitions.
I haven't scheduled one for today. I don't know where there's a demolition going on. But almost every Palestinian knows a family whose house is being demolished. I've attended a number of demolitions. I used to be the operations manager of a group based in Jerusalem called the Israeli Committee Against House Demolitions. Demolitions usually happen between 2 and 3 in the morning. They'll send a company of soldiers. Often there's a helicopter overhead. They'll come into a neighborhood of a village like this and declare a closed military zone, a curfew. They'll give the family maybe 20 or 30 minutes to get out of their house, and then they'll bring in a private civilian contractor, often using foreign labor from Africa or Asia, and destroy the house. And it happens very quickly. We used to send out...
cause?
They didn't have a building permit. That's the cause. It's all perfectly legal under the law.
What do you think about Rachel Corrie? What happened to her? Was that...
I know her family well. I've personally sent hundreds of Israeli activists to stand in front of bulldozers or chain themselves to houses. I've done it myself to stop the bulldozers from destroying homes. In the last 15 years, to my knowledge, there have been 3 people killed in doing these acts of civil disobedience, and Rachel Corrie was one of them. Her family still comes over here every year or two. They've had a civil court case against the Israeli government. They just lost. I don't know if they're going to appeal. Okay, we're going to keep going. Yalla.